couldn't believe when I was loading out of the Iridium on Broadway that I got help from a guy that I didn't know, but he knew me. We told each other what we did, and this idea started that I should make an album for Chesky Records. I gathered up some special people that are special in my life. Andy Gessling, great player. Jay Unger, who I've known for 40 years or more. John Carter Cash, as he says, or he likes to say, I'm from a musical family. Sang backgrounds on some of the songs too, along with a nice array of background singers. And then there was David Amram. Now, David and I have been playing together for, I don't know, the last 12, 15 years. And then John McEuen. John McEuen is a guy I've known since 1972. His voice just hits the back of the room. And Martha Redbone. We had music that we'd written for the words of William Blake, the British poet, from 1810, 1840. Kevin Twigg, a drummer who's played with David Amram, I wanted him to be our percussion guy along with David, and David plays flutes and stuff. And on I Rose Up, we had, I think that was the biggest group of people. It was all 12. And when you're laying down a song with David Bromberg, singing one of the Warren Zevon songs, Excitable Boy, and Matt Kartsonis, well, he wanted to do another Warren Zevon song, and that's My Dirty Life and Times. And I called up Steve Martin. I think it is the first time Steve Martin's been called as a musician.
John kept emailing me saying, down the road I'm going to do this album, and you're always like, sometime that'll happen. And finally the call came, okay, next Tuesday we're going to do the album. I was like, wow, this is actually happening. It was just amazing when we showed up there and everyone really had, done their homework and was willing to work that hard, 12 hours a day and just come up with the arrangements, boom, boom, let's do 4 takes. Okay, let's move on to this. It was nice to know when you finished the song, you finished the song. You weren't coming back next week to do something else on it. So I really loved that process. And when I put on the headphones and heard the way all the instruments really were placed around the recording process, that was just amazing. I think I'm hoping when people hear the record, not only are they drawn to the collaboration, but it'll give you an opportunity to, I'd invite everybody to check out everybody's individual stuff on the record.
Well, when I came to Brooklyn, where my 3 kids live and where I've been going, I had no idea what to expect, but I knew if John McEuen was there, it would be a treat and a learning experience, which shows that a great musician could even teach someone in their 80s about what we're supposed to be doing better. That's not being patronizing, that's an objective fact. We walked into this church, I said, wait a minute, man, I wonder, is my circulation going bad? I mean, it was cold, and what happened was the heating had broken down. By the time the place had warmed up to recording conditions, we'd already made half of the recording. And most of them were done in 1 take. They were just such an extraordinary group of musicians. There's a thing known as art that's priceless. It's about trying to say something beautiful that will stay beautiful. And I think this recording achieved the same thing, and I'm proud and honored to have been part of it.
I met John a few years ago in LA at a very bizarre gig at the Hard Rock Cafe. We said we would get together and jam. You always hear that story in LA, let's get together and jam, and then no one ever calls you. John is probably one of the first people that's ever followed up on that. I got the call and he wanted me to be on it, and he wanted to do one of our songs from the Blake record. I mean, I feel so blessed to be just among these legends. To me, those are like moments where, as an indie musician, you really see the dream come true.
This is a record for the archives. The true spirit of that Will the Circle Be Unbroken record taken to a new level. Recorded live, no overdubs, no effects, no plugins, amazing pickers, an amazing band, great material. Who could ask for more? Because this is just a tremendous project.
Mental health and mental They were like, "You're singing the next song." I was like, "Okay, here we go." So we worked on it and kind of worked out the parts, and then we went in the next room and joined all the musicians and cut the track live. Everything was done right there. None of this 20th, 21st century overdubbing stuff. So it was a pretty magical experience. Yeah.